Hi everyone, this video is on exercise 14G question 5, and in this video I'm going to do part C. So in part C we want to solve the equation e to the power of 10x minus 8e to the power of 5x plus 5 plus 7 is equal to 0. So maybe at the first glance, especially if you haven't seen equations like this before, this can look complicated. But these types of equations, these exponential equations, can be solved with a very simple trick once you know that. And if you look at this equation carefully, the interesting thing is that the first term has power 10x and the second term is 5x. So it's basically half of that. And in most of exponential equations that are in this form, that the first term basically has some power and the second term the power is basically half of that, and then the third term just doesn't have the power, its power is 1, then in this case, in these equations you just need to use a change of variable. You solve the equation by changing the variable. So the first step is trying to rewrite this as a quadratic equation. Once you have done that, then you just change the variable and then you solve that. So in this case, to write this as a quadratic, you can rewrite this as e to the power of 5x and then bracket a squared minus 8e to the power of 5x. So we don't do anything here, plus 7 is equal to 0. Now, this form, as you can see, basically we have this bracket and then a squared, and then we have bracket and here is just power of 1, which is exactly the same form as a quadratic. So we can set the term inside the bracket equal to a new variable, let's say t, and that way then this becomes a quadratic. When we substitute t, this becomes t squared, and then this term is minus 8t plus 7 is equal to 0, and this is a very simple quadratic. And so we can do t minus 7 times t minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, one solution is 7, the other one is 1. And now we set each of these equal to e to the 5x because we want to find the value of x. So e to the 5x is equal to 7. We take len of both sides. And then in this case, len and e cancel out. So we get 5x is equal to len 7, which means that x is equal to len 7 over 5. And for the second term, we just repeat the same thing. So e to the power of 5x is equal to 1. So we just take len of both sides. But remember that len 1 is just equal to 0. So we get 5x is equal to 0, which means x is just equal to 0.